Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. This right here is why you never apologize. And I mean never. Well, actually, let me clarify the statement. You should always apologize if you actually did something wrong, but when facing the cancel mob, trying to come after you, trying to destroy your life, your livelihood, your reputation, because you simply stated a personal opinion, a personal value, or even if you made an offensive joke, you should never, and I mean never, apologize to the woke mob. Not only will you lose, but you're also going to lose everyone's respect. And that is exactly what's happening here in this situation with Anthony Bass. I've been giving you guys the update on everything going on with Anthony Bass, the MLB, and of course the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, it seems as though it finally comes to an end, at least for now, and comes to an end for Anthony Bass. After reposting a totally benign religious video, he bent the knee to the cancel culture left-wing mob, and it did nothing for him. Absolutely nothing. He just got fired. He got dropped by the team.
Wait till you guys see what happened, but before we get into any of that, this video is actually brought to you guys by a sponsor, so let's play that clip.
Folks, you've seen the headlines. Not only is a recession coming, but major banks are on the verge of total collapse. We're facing real rough economic times, and during turbulent economic times, you must make sure to protect yourself by protecting your hard-earned savings. And that's where today's sponsor, American Hartford Gold, comes into play. Historically, one of the best and safest options is pulling out of the bogus fake money fiat currency system and holding actual real assets of value, in this case, real physical gold and silver. And the experts from American Hartford Gold are simply a phone call away, willing and ready to have physical gold and silver delivered straight to your doorstep or delivered directly into your 401k. American Hartford Gold also happens to be one of the top-rated gold investment firms in the entire country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And it doesn't end there. They're also currently running an incredible promotion where you can get up to $5,000 in free silver on qualifying orders. The question is, what are you waiting for? It's time to protect yourself by protecting your hard-earned cash. And it's as simple as it gets, folks. All you gotta do is call 844-440-1005. I repeat, that is 844-440-1005. Or text Hivemind, one word, to 65532. Once again, that's text Hivemind, one word, to 65532. Protect yourself, protect your future. Give American Hartford Gold a call. A massive thank you to American Hartford Gold for their continued support of this YouTube channel. And now back to the video. Alright folks, so take a look at this article from the Post-Millennial. Toronto Blue Jays pitcher cut after showing support for Target Bud Light boycotts. The Toronto Blue Jays have reportedly cut pitcher Anthony Bass after he shared posts that support the boycott of Target and Bud Light. According to the Associated Press, the move to cut Bass came hours before he was set to catch a ceremonial first pitch thrown by Toronto LGBTQ+ activist Leslie Lee Kam to kick off Friday's game against Minnesota, and as the Blue Jays begin their 4th annual Pride Week celebration. And so they were going to put him out there to catch the first ceremonial pitch. How does this story even exist? It's baseball, for Pete's sakes. It's professional sports. I just want to watch athletics competition. But no, we're seeing ceremonial pitches from LGBTQ+ activists. And probably part of Anthony Bass's public shaming was going out and participating. Not exactly sure what happened behind the scenes, but hours before the event, they dropped the guy. Oh man, he totally bent the knee. Let's not forget, in his initial response, he said this.
And as of right now, I'm using the Blue Jays resources to better educate myself, to make better decisions moving forward.
I'm using the Blue Jays resources to better educate myself to make better decisions moving forward. The guy committed to re-education, a re-education program. How incredibly shameful. Then agreed to participate in the ceremony with the keynote activist and still got fired. Holy moly, I mean, I know the money's good, but at least keep a little bit of your dignity, a little bit of your manhood. I mean, geez. The whole timeline of events here is just incredibly pathetic. He posted the most benign video imaginable. I don't want to replay it because we played it in the last video. Just reposted a video of a guy supporting the Bud Light and Target boycotts, stating that it's the right thing to do as a Christian. A totally benign, acceptable opinion to have. He then looks like he's a captive, apologizing to the authoritarian mob for the awful sin, the awful crime of wrongthink. Obviously, that just makes things worse because the woke mob's never really gonna forgive you. They still hate you. And then everybody else who agrees with you you, sees you acting like a complete coward, and now they're mad at you. First time back on the field, he gets booed into oblivion. We covered that in the last video as well. Then he agrees to be part of the celebration so he can redeem himself, atone for his awful sins of having an opinion, and then gets fired. Yikes, man. I mean, yikes. What were you thinking? When are people going to learn you never apologize to the woke mob? They're going to destroy you. Literally. You can never be woke enough. Even the wokest of woke are never woke enough for the woke. What makes you think that you're gonna make things better for yourself? You're not. Poor kid's caught between a rock and a hard place, and the hard place is especially hard considering he plays for Toronto. You know, I think it'd be a real different situation if he was playing in Texas or Florida, but no, he's in one of the most wokest of woke markets in Canada, and ultimately he gets the axe. Folks, never apologize for your opinion. If you believe something, you stand by it. If the woke mob comes after you, you answer with take a damn hike. I'm not apologizing. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, and if you don't like it, well then I don't know, just block your ears, close your eyes, and look away. Everybody should take the Charles Barkley approach. Remember when Charles Barkley on air for multiple years straight running kept making jokes about those big old San Antonio women
being done by the coyote in San Antonio?
Well, you can't get them big women to do it. Gotta do it.
Yes, I ain't heard that in 2 years.
Oh, it hadn't been that long.
Oh, there goes some San Antonio women.
I mean, he made that joke so many times on air that people on YouTube were stringing together 10-minute long videos of him just talking about big old San Antonio women. And was it a little bit crude? Maybe, but it certainly was true and it certainly was funny. Well, after constantly making these jokes, feminist groups started an initiative to get Charles Barkley fired. Well, what did Charles Barkley do in face of the cancel mob? He responded like this.
And they want me to apologize. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. For me joking about those big old women down in San Antonio. Oh, y'all can write letters to your mama, your daddy, your uncle. I'm gonna have fun on television. You know that I'm joking around, but if y'all waiting on me to apologize, hell gonna freeze. Wait, you go churros on the house.
Like I keep saying, he told him to take a hike. Leave me alone. I don't care, is essentially what he said. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, then turn off the damn TV. That's what he said. And he even went as far to call the bosses at his network cowards as they continued to pressure him to shut up. That right there should be the standard. Now I know not everybody is Charles Barkley, not everybody is an uncancelable talent. The guy is a freaking gem, a national treasure, an American icon. And so clearly it's a little bit different for someone like Anthony Bass, who's young and trying to establish himself in the league. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's a superstar or anything. But even in a case like this with Anthony Bass, it's not like apologizing really did anything for you anyways. It rarely does. And if people stopped apologizing to the cancel mob in general, well then the overall standard would probably shift. We give so much artificial power to these outrage artists by apologizing and cowering, by bending the knee to these professional outrage artists. If we didn't give them the power, if we reduced their influence by simply ignoring them or telling them to F off, I really think that this stuff would simply go away. The reality is these brands and these corporations are scared of this loud minority. They're a small group of people with an outsized public influence. Don't have an issue with Anthony Bass. Just like most people didn't have an issue with Ivan Provorov standing by his values. The idea that you would cower, assume the fetal position, and apologize to a couple loud people on Twitter and a couple activist groups at the expense of everybody else just simply makes no sense. Enough is enough. Take this Anthony Bass situation as a learning lesson, as a warning. Never apologize to the woke lunatics. It's simply not worth it. I feel bad for Anthony Bass, but also in a certain way, you kinda deserve this. I know that sounds mean, but it's unfortunately true. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next one.